I think I've been teaching since I was a little kid because I used to like to tell my neighborhood friends how to color in a coloring book. So I believe that I was born to be a teacher, and I think I was born to be an artist. I'm Marty Gray, and this year I have been awarded the 2025 NCECA Excellence in Teaching Award. I had some dear friends, and they decided to nominate me without me knowing it, and they kind of kept it behind my back because there was a lot of conspiracy about getting letters of recommendation and so forth. But I'm really thankful to Du Chow, a wonderful ceramic artist, for getting people together to write some letters for me. I want to thank in particular Marcy Inman of the Urban Arts Center, and also Mark Epstein wrote a letter of recommendation because I had Mark as a student when I taught at Bryan Adams High School many years ago. Now he's a successful ceramic artist in New Mexico. My very first teacher was my mother. She would get my sister and I together, and she would have us do real creative things. And then my father took me to the Dallas Art Museum all the time. He was not an artist, but he loved art. East Texas State in Commerce is where I went to school. I did not work with clay. I didn't work with clay at all. So it was later on, after I discovered clay and got clay in my hands, that I realized, ooh, this is what I want to do. Because I knew I loved art. I didn't know what I wanted to do with art, but I knew that I loved art. So Mr. McGue, at some point when he was advising me, he said, well, Marty, maybe you should go ahead and get a teaching certificate, just in case. And so thank goodness for Charles McGue. I just love the fact that with clay, we can hand build it, we can throw it on the wheel, we can make sculpture, we can make things that are functional, we can make things that are just meant to enjoy. Right now I'm making a little bird out of clay because it makes me feel good to make these little pinch pop birds. And so it's something that I just do for fun. In 1968, I met someone. That person is now my husband, Richard. We've been married for 52 years. From the very first year that we met, we began to work together doing art. We had a little sketchbook, and he would sketch things and I would sketch things. It's okay to admit when we think we've done something really good, and I have. But one of the reasons that I've been a real good teacher is I have had incredible students, really incredible students. Actually, I kind of feel like clay is the teacher because it's the clay that motivates everybody, and I have met much work by my students on my shelves all around my home and everything. And I just happened to glance at it and see this one. And this is a pinched sculpture. The person that made this piece was blind. He was one of my first students at North Lake College. His name is Ken. Ken did not have to see because the clay allowed him to feel. And he was just incredible in his work. That's just one of my many students that I remember who inspired me to be a good teacher. That's my point. My students inspired me, and the clay inspired them. So I have to accept this award in the name of all of the students I had and clay. When I retired in 2017 from North Lake College, I was invited to be in a show at the Goldmark Cultural Center. And in that time that the exhibit was up, I began to meet people. A couple of weeks went by, and I realized how wonderful that was to be with other artists. So I rented a little small studio there. I quickly rounded up some people and said, hey, I'm going to come on Thursdays. Y'all come up here at the table, and I'll show you how to do some stuff with clay. And now that has grown into where people come on Thursdays, and I just do informal teaching. So I have never stopped teaching, and the word retired doesn't mean one thing to me. I don't know what retired means. I'm not through. I haven't made the best piece I want to make yet. And I'm going to continue to work. But I've not stopped being a teacher, and I don't expect that I'll ever stop being a teacher. And I certainly will not stop being an artist.